etc. Make sure that the
all right, he put me on there, so
all right, and then make sure that your microphone and your camera are on.
All right, can you hear me, Louis?
Yes, sir. You're good.
All right, bye.
All right, awesome, bye.
Oh my God.
So we're live right now, Arco.
All right.
I'm going to let everybody know that we are Concrete and Campfire, and this channel, me and Arco decided to start this channel to bring awareness to things that you don't think about on an everyday basis, survival or just everyday, surviving the day. So I was going to let everybody know that we have a new website, concreteandcampfire.com. So you can go there and check out and see what we're doing there. And our YouTube channel is up as well, the same name. So go subscribe to our YouTube channel so you get alerted every time we go live. We're going to have different guests on, from companies showing different tools that we can use. We're going to have people that's been in the business and all that good stuff. So we got man Arco. What's up, Arco?
Not much, brother. Good to be here, whatever. But it cracked me up. It says Heidi down at the bottom of the screen. So.
Yeah, Heidi. She's the boss.
Yeah, she's sorry about all this, you guys. She's at a fire deal right now. There's a fire down the road from us. Speaking of emergencies, you can actually see all the smoke outside by my house and everything. That's only like 5 miles down the road from my house.
Wow.
And it's so windy here right now. All the smoke is coming right towards us. So that's kind of what our channel's about, is preparedness and emergencies and survival and whatever. So she's off doing that, and I was trying to figure out how to get on the computer. I'm confused. Like, what time are we supposed to start? Because I thought it was 7 my time.
I could be wrong. I thought it was 7 my time and 6 your time, but I could be wrong. I had to go back and look. So we'll get it all straightened out.
All right.
What's better for you? That's the question. Is 7 o'clock your time better?
Oh, it don't matter to me, brother. Yeah. Okay. Anytime Sunday, Yeah.
Okay, cool.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Heidi's in the back. Heidi, do you want to come on the screen and tell us what's going on with the fire? Oh, she froze up in the back.
Yeah, she's probably a real bad service where she's at.
Yeah. So today I guess we're going to talk urban stuff. Things that we can do in a city or in a town or something like that. There's things that you don't think about, man. For me here, I'm home in Youngstown now in Ohio, and things for me is security. I like to know what's going on around me. So I have cameras everywhere. People call me paranoid, but hey, I want to know if something's going to happen to me before it happens to me. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And plus it helps out other stuff too. Like my daughter comes home late at night. The camera will alert her to let her know that somebody's in the yard, somebody's in the backyard, or somebody's in the front yard.
Oh, that's cool.
So, you know what I mean? So before you even get home, your cameras can let you know, hey, somebody's in your backyard.
So some creeper's not sneaking up on you or whatever.
Yeah. And that's one aspect for me. And then I also have alarm system through the same company. I use Ring from Amazon, and I put the links in the chat. So you can see the links there for the alarm system and the cameras that I use. They work out pretty good, and the price of cameras have come down real cheap. I mean, you can get cameras cheap. 20 years ago, I had cameras on my other house, and man, I paid a lot of money for them for like 2 cameras. Now I got 6 to 10 cameras for half that price.
Yeah, I think Heidi was saying it was like $900 for all the ones that we have here, and we have enough to do all the way around her shop, in her shop, my shop, around my shop, and and that's 2 different sections of internet and everything else, so it makes it nice. That way I can pay attention to both shops at the same time,
Yeah. I mean, it gives you a peace of mind that not only you are watching, but the cameras are watching. And and so for me in the bus, I got cameras on the bus too. So like if we bring our dog with us and we're out somewhere and we leave the dog in the bus, now we can make sure that the temperature is good, in the bus, or through the cameras, make sure he's okay. I mean, just little stuff like that, stuff.
So yours shows temperature and everything on yours then.
Yeah, well, I'm a little bit of a geek, so I got all my stuff connected. I don't have it the way I want it, but I got the smart house stuff, smart assist. So I can tell what temperature is in here. I can turn my air conditioner on or off, turn the heat on through my phone anywhere I'm at.
Man, that's cool.
Because I have Starlink in the bus, so I'm always connected to the internet, no matter where we're at. So
if you don't mind me asking, what's it cost for that, for the internet, for the Starlink?
It's $165 a month. It's high, but I got service anywhere I go. I mean, I haven't had any place everywhere we went in the bus, I got service, even when I'm driving.
It make it nice for us when we're out at the cabin or out in the woods or whatever, because or like right now, Heidi's in Margie, which is only 5 miles away, and we're in the middle of nowhere, man. You know that. Mm-hmm. And sometimes there's an emergency. Having that internet, I can see how it could save your ass.
Yeah. Well, the Starlink that I have is called the Starlink Mini, and you can put it on a backpack and have a battery pack and use it anywhere. You can carry it out in the woods.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's pretty slick. Yep.
Excuse me. Well, which would be really cool for doing lives like out in the woods, doing survival bushcraft or whatever, showing some cool stuff out in the woods.
Yeah.
There's where she's at right now. We've been trying to figure out, we've asked numerous people, but somewhere out in the woods out here. And if I ever find out where it's at and get a GPS location, I promise you I'm going to hike out to it. But there's supposed to be a full size locomotive out in the woods out here.
Oh, really?
That was put out there in like the 1920s. And a couple people know where it's at. And they've kind of gave us a little bit of a guesstimate where they thought it was, And I'm like, man, if you guys ever hike out to that, let me know. I'd love to do that,
That would be a cool segment for this. You going out there to find it. Yeah.
And I totally do that for this channel. And I have tons of videos. Right now, I probably have about 100 videos to put up on this channel.
Oh, nice.
And, because I have my old videos, my survival stuff and bushcrafting from my other channel. And then plus my new videos that we're doing for this channel too. Nice, so pretty soon it'll be, we'll start pumping them out,
Yeah. So you can go to concreteandcampfire.com. And that's our website. So we're going to start putting all the videos up there too. And they'll lead you to our information on YouTube. So you can see all the videos Arco is going to make. I'm going to make some too for the urban side of it. Yep.
What are you thinking about as far as the urban videos? What are you planning on doing there?
Stuff that you can do around the house. When you're living at home, just little stuff like your locks on your house. Anytime I move anywhere, the first thing I do is take the screws out of the little door on the door frame where your locks into the door frame.
Yeah.
I take those screws out and I put in 2-inch, 3-inch long screws deep into the wood.
Yeah. So they can't be kicked in or whatever.
Yeah. So it makes it harder to kick in. Instead of one kick, they might have to kick it 4 or 5 times. And that gives you a chance to, call the police or get your pew out or whatever you got to do.
Right.
So that's the first thing I do when I move into a house. I change all those. First, I change the locks, and then I put those bigger screws in as well. So, little stuff like that, just little things you can do. I turn all my lights out at night, because I know my way around my house, but an intruder doesn't. So if you leave lights on, he can see where to go now. So that's
and we were actually talking about that a while back about being able to walk through your house in the middle of the night. Mm-hmm. And I'm the same way, if it's pitch black and I hear a sound, I'm walking through my house and you'll never hear me walking through my house in the middle of the night.
You know where the squeaks are.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you have night vision when you get used to your own place, because you could, like you said, you could watch for the squeaks. Like we have a little nail that sticks up in our hallway. I know where that sucker's at, man. Because it's got my foot so many times, Yeah. And if I'm walking through the house real quiet with socks on in the middle of the night, making sure everything's cool, I'll be able to step over that nail at the same time. Mm-hmm. And my dogs, they'll alert on something like if I'm walking through the house and I stop and then something happens, they'll start alerting on it and then they just go nuts. So it kind of helps me too, where I can walk to the house and nobody knows I'm coming.
Yeah.
I'm always, being a paranoid schizophrenic, I always go out in the backyard, even if it's 30 below. And there's a lot of nights where I'll like hike around my house. And I know that sounds weird, but I always feel like people are coming over my fence or whatever. And I have to, for my safety, I guess you'd call it, or my family safety, I have to do that to make sure there's nobody there. But at the same time, it makes me feel good because I'm like, okay, it's almost like not a test, but like what would you call it? You know, you're going to check on your family. So it's what would you call that? Like
shoot. I know what you're trying to say.
Right? Yeah. Where
you
know, you're walking around to make sure everything's cool. Your property's, everything's fine in your house.
Like
you know? So I don't worry about it being, you know, I'm not looking at it like being paranoid. I'm looking at it like, hey, this is kind of a check to make sure everything's cool around the house. And so it kind of works out good, you know?
Yeah. And I do that too. I'll go around, check windows and locks. I don't do it every night, but every once in a while I'll do it. And I'll find a window that wasn't locked. I'm like, whew, you know, and being in the city where I'm at, you know, it's a nice neighborhood, but you have people that come from other neighborhoods. So when you hear people say, oh, I never lock my door, I'm in a safe neighborhood. Well, I'm not worried about my neighbors. I'm worried about people traveling through.
Yep. Some guy that broke down on the side of the road that's looking for stuff or a quick fix of dope or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm so bad. I know it's kind of messed up to say this, but I'm so bad that like, even when we go out of town or something and I know nobody's going to be at my house, or I know somebody's going to be there to check on the dogs or whatever, I'll put a piece of tape on my bedroom door that I'll put it down low. So when I get home, the first thing I do is I'll check that piece of tape and then I'll be like, why were you in my room? You know? And if they say, well, your dog flipped your door open or something, I'll be like, all right, that's cool. You know, at least you're honest with me, you know? And then I'm like, well, we got cameras, you know, we can check. But when I go out of town, I'm in a hotel. Even if we go to the pool or I have to go out to the car for something and me and Heidi are both leaving the room, I'm putting a piece of tape or something on that door. So when I come back, if it's moved, I'm like, all right, now we got problems. Somebody was in my room, you know?
Yep.
Or like even when we go out of my room and Heidi's like, hey, everything will be fine. We're going to work all day and then we're coming back to our room. And I know people have come in there to clean or whatever. My bag, the way I sit my bag, the way I zip my bag up, I'll tie something or do something so that I know that if that bag was moved, somebody was in my bag, you know? And it's I think it's a good way to be, man, you know, especially nowadays.
Yeah, it really is, because, you know, a lot of people are up to no good.
Yeah.
And us being people that aren't up to no good, you know, we don't think about that stuff. So, you know, you get in that habit of, oh, I trust, you know, I'll be okay, blah, blah, blah. But then something happens, it happens.
Not me. I trust no one, man.
Yeah.
That's why all my vehicles have that trust no one sticker on it. That's what I always say, that I trust no one. I don't care who it is.
Yep. So when I go to hotels, here's things you can do at hotels too. And this stuff is real cheap. Like, they make a little alarm that it's a wedge, and you wedge it under your door when you go to bed. You wedge it under the door. Yeah. And if somebody opens the door, it sets that little alarm off. And you know, they're like $5-10. And I keep that in my travel bag. So anytime I go to the hotel, I pull it out, stick it on there, you flip a switch, and it just alerts you if somebody opens your door at night.
I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, just little stuff like that. I also take the chair and I put it up against the door too.
Yep, I do the same thing, brother. I'll like wedge it, you know? Yep. Yeah, wedge it against the chair so nobody can come in. Because my thing is if you make it harder for them to get through that door, they might still get to that door, but it gives you time to, like you said, get out your pew or get out your knife. You know, I'll be stabbing somebody. I don't care who it is coming through my door, man. I don't care.
Yeah, and most people don't want to make a lot of noise when they're doing something crooked. So once they start hitting the door and they can't get in, that little alarm's going off. You know, they're leave.
Yeah. They go for the simple jobs too. You ever notice that?
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna go for the old lady that's not paying attention, where they can grab her purse and haul ass. they're not going to go for people like us that they know that once they get in that door after having that big scuffle, kicking on the door for 10 minutes, trying to get in that room. Once they're in that room, they got guys like us that are going to beat their ass. They're like, I'm out. I'm done. I'm gone.
Right.
I'm going to go to the easy one, you know?
Yep.
And most of the time it's drug addicts or whatever. They want an easy fix, something quick, grab and go, you know?
Yeah.
Living in California though, years ago, I remember my dogs barking and stuff. And I always tell people about this. And that's one of the reasons, like if my dog growls in the middle of the night, or I know it sounds funny, but I try to memorize how my dog sounds in the middle of the night for certain things. I could tell you if they're growling at something that's out in the yard, or if I could tell you if somebody pulled up, or I could tell you if somebody is on my porch, the way my dogs are barking. And it's like, the next step is like, you're getting blasted, man.
Yeah. And, you know, some people will say, oh, you're over the top. And I'd rather be over the top and safe than not over the top and somebody doing something to us, to my family.
Yeah,
you know,
sure.
How do you live if somebody does something to your family and you could have slowed it down or prevented it? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And you know, like I joke around about my pajama night, but I tell people, don't wake me up in the middle of the night. You're gonna get stuck in the neck. I promise you. You know, and Heidi knows that. She knows exactly how I sleep. But there's times where like there was a while back, I was at my sister's and I was exhausted, and there was a whole bunch of people in the house, and I fell asleep, and I sleep with my arms crossed, and I laid back in the chair and I was sleeping. Well, people started messing with me when I was sleeping, and I didn't realize it. And I was out, and Heidi, I kind of heard her saying, "Don't do that, don't do it." And the next thing, somebody touched me or something, I come up swinging. And she's like, "Hey, I told you, you piss him off bad." I'm yelling and screaming and throwing stuff. I'm like, man, I'm gonna box somebody right now, you know?
Yeah, yeah. You got, I mean, and this stuff is fun to me, you know.
Yeah. Uh-oh, you locked up. All right, well, I guess it's just my show now. What's up, Brandon? Who else is here?
I keep getting kicked off.
Yep.
All right. Let's see what we got. Midnight Customs.
That's Brandon.
What's up, Brandon? So yeah, that's little stuff, you know, you can do in the urban setting.
Hi, Morgan.
You know, things you can do around your house to not be a target too is like bushes. You got high bushes in the front of your house or anywhere around your house, you know, cut them down so people from the street can see your windows, because you know the criminal will hide behind the bushes to get in your window,
Right.
You know.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Yeah, and it's funny because that's the other thing is like living in California. I used to always see, like, you always knew when people, like tweakers mostly, like Brandon was saying, but you always knew when they're up to no good. When you'd see somebody sneaking behind a car or doing something, you're like, oh, he's up to no good, man. And like talking about, it was always behind a car, behind a dumpster, behind bushes or something, where they're looking around and they're dipping down to do something. You know, they're going to hijack this dude's car, or, you know, take the dogs were always getting stolen. You know, if it was a puppy that was out in the front yard or whatever, and stealing cars or breaking into houses, or, you know, stealing rims off your car or whatever.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's the truth, man. If you got, you know, you got it where it's all hidden, where they can get behind there, they're going to be stealing your stuff, you know?
Yeah. Yep. So here's another thing, having food, you know, you think, oh, the park is down the street or the store's, you know, right around the corner. But if something happens, a tornado comes through or any kind of natural weather things, it could shut down your whole town and you're stuck at the house. So I keep food. We bought I can't think of the name of it, but it's that food in a bucket, and it has all kind of seed rations and stuff like that in it. So,
and that's a lot of food too.
Yeah, I bought it covers you, I think, for 2 weeks or 3 weeks for each person. So I got a bucket for each person in the house. And you know, it you know, if something happens where you can't get out of the house, and you know, food will run out quick.
Well, look at, like, right now, perfect example. I'm looking right now, all the smoke and the wind, it's windier than piss right now. and Heidi's right down the road fighting that fire. And probably 4 years ago, I guess it was 5 years ago, that fire came right up to us, and they got the fire contained right now, or she would have been telling me get out of there, you know. But she's right down the road, but you can see all the smoke and stuff. Well, earlier the electric was flickering, so that's how that fire started. They were saying one of the telephone poles caught on fire, and I guess, you know, the fire dropped down into the woods, which I can't believe it's even burning right now because everything's so damn wet, you know.
Wow.
If you have you know, a forest fire and it burns all the way around your house, then what? What are you going to do? You know, you want to make sure you have plenty of water, all your stuff that you need. And, you know, like we have, you know, Chase, he's handicapped, severely handicapped. So, I mean, you got to have stuff for him, and, you know, bug out bags for everybody so you can go in case there's an emergency. And fuel in your car, having gas in your car, you know, because where we live, it gets 65 below zero. You break down on Highway 6 when it's 65 below zero, and, you know, you don't see a car for 3 days, you're having some problems, man.
Yeah. And that's a boring road, man. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's right. You guys went down at all.
Oh man. On the way there, we were like, what the heck? Where's everybody at?
Yeah. And there's nothing. I mean, you probably didn't even see 5 cars the whole time you were going down that road.
No,
and the other thing is there's no shoulder. I mean, it's a barely a 2-lane, and then it just goes, drops straight off, you know?
Yeah. I can put some questions up. Let's see. I need
another. Foothill Mo. That's yeah. There you go. A P38. But have you checked out the P51s, Morgan? They have a P51 that's a little bit bigger. Actually, that's one of the videos I should put on this channel. I have a P38 and P51 can opener video that I did, and I show all the different uses and talk about all the different uses that you can do with those. And my dad, being a Vietnam vet, I always remember him and my uncles always had those little P38s on their keychains all the time. And I was like, why you guys carry a stupid can opener, you know? And all the stuff that they would show me what they'd use them for, or even a knife, you know, they use them for everything. Cleaning their, you know, everything, teeth, or opening cans, or cleaning their fingernails, or cutting stuff, whatever.
Yeah, I need to get one of those too.
Yeah, they're exactly the same can opener as a P38, but it's a P38 is about that big, like 2-inch, and a P51 is like 2 3/4 inch, a little bit bigger. And check them out. They have them. Get a quality one though. That's another thing, is don't get the crappy ones. If you go on eBay, they have real crappy ones, but there's a company called, I usually have a book, but because I'm looking for it, it's not here. We're a dealer for them. We sell knives and like all kinds of stuff. I'll try to find that link for you later, Morgan, and send that to you. There's a company that sells really high quality ones, and they're really nice.
I'm gonna pull it up now.
The cheap ones just flop open all the time. You know, they flop open and they're garbage.
All right, hold on one second. I'll pull it up.
Oh, we were just talking about that a while back for the ammo can things. That's awesome.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, there you go. So
Okay,
that top
so-
one's 38, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Best Glide. Best Glide is the brand that I'm talking about. There you go. Sweet.
Yep. And look how cheap it is. Four something.
Yeah, and that's the high quality ones right there. The Best Glide. So Best Glide actually makes stuff for the military. So that's an actual military style. That's the ones I was saying to get, and they're really high quality, and they're not crappy Chinese junk, you know. So yeah, those are nice ones.
I'll put the link in the description here. Hold on.
Right on.
Okay, wait a minute. Gets back up. And I'll put a link in the description or in the chat. There you go.
Hey, Brandon, if you get a chance, will you hit up Chad and Bill Cameron? Get those guys on here, please.
Yeah, so that's some of the things I do around my house. Definitely smoke detectors and carbon monoxide detectors.
Yeah,
that's a must. A fire, man, as you know, and Heidi knows how fast a fire can take over a house. So you know, having that alarm, that smoke detector is important.
And also the mobile homes burn 10 times faster, you know?
Yeah.
You know, if a person's living in a mobile home, I mean, that thing's going to burn up quick.
Yeah. So in these vehicles, actually I use these balls. They're called fireballs. And I don't know what they're made out of, but you put them anywhere you think might catch on fire. Like I got to put one in my solar cabinet. So if my batteries or anything catch on fire, this ball, it detects the heat and it explodes, and it's like a fire extinguisher.
What?
And it's like a ball that you just hang. You can hang it anywhere, and so when the heat hits it, huh?
What a trip! You'll have to show me those.
Yeah, I'll have to. I can't remember the name of them, but I'll put them on the website too.
That's what I was going to ask you. Is on, you know, do you guys carry a bug out bag, or do you carry a bag in your vehicle? And then, as far as you, Lewis and Tracy, obviously you guys have bug out bags, but do you carry like a vehicle emergency kit also?
Yes, and mine's right here. Hold on one second.
Are you in the bus now?
Yeah. Yep. So here's my tourniquet. Sweet. And this hooks to my little medical bag. So this is my emergency bag for in the bus. It has let's see. So it has scissors, gloves, aspirins. It has let's see. Open it up a little bit. It has different size band-aids. It has a little book that shows you how to do stuff. See, a travel medical. Can you see it, Arco?
Oh, that's sweet.
So this is in the little pack. Shows you how to do stuff. It has sanitary wipes.
You just gave me a good idea too, because on my eBay store, I have that exact little kit right there. Yeah, I got one of those bags like that, and I should put it as because I just thought of that. I have like a little mini, like an Altoids container. I have a mini or emergency kit, like Band-Aids and that kind of stuff. But I need more like a medical kit, you know?
Right, and this has a quick clot. So
yeah, those are sweet.
Yeah, you stick that in the hole. What's nice is it's real compact. So I keep this up in my driver's compartment in the bus. It has Ace Band-Aid. It has tape, you know, scissors.
So those scissors you were just showing me, check this out. Have you seen these ones?
What'd you say?
The scissors you just showed me?
Yeah.
Have you seen these ones?
No.
Yeah, it's got like a Molly style. I guess this would be called a quick clip or a Molly style. But they have it where you can carry them in your pocket too.
Oh, wow.
These are pretty sick.
Oh, yeah, those are nice.
And then it's got the little button right here. And these are the ones that you can like cut a penny and stuff with. They're mean.
Oh, I was gonna say that. Is that those real strong ones?
Yeah, they are. And then it's got a button right there that you push. And I think these are made by Leatherman, actually. These are Leatherman.
Are they?
Yeah. They're Leatherman.
So here's my Leatherman. I'm gonna contact them and see if we could get some promo codes and put it on the website.
Yeah, I was going to say too, we should get a hold of them and see if they want to have one of their guys or women, whatever, on our show. You know, put one of their salesmen or something on our show so we can talk about some of their new stuff that they have too. You know, some of the stuff that they're going to be selling.
Right, that's a good idea. Yeah, we'll reach out to them. So before I get kicked off, this tourniquet kit is pretty nice too. You know, it's real compact, but it has everything in it. The directions of how to use it, the tourniquets in there. I tell you, man, if somebody's bleeding, man, this could save their life. You know. And
what brand is that right
there? Advantage Medical Kit.
Okay. High quality brand too.
Quick clock.
Yeah, that's not a cheap kit either, you know.
Yeah. Yep. So I keep that, and it has little tabs on the back where you can connect it to your bag. So I have it connected to this. So it's always with my medical kit.
That's sweet.
So I have probably 4 of these, because I keep one in each car, and one in here in the bus. I mean, you never know, man. Something happens, man. Somebody gets hurt. It could be a car accident. It could be anything, you know.
Yep.
A freak accident. I've seen somebody put their hand through a glass and they're bleeding real bad. The tourniquet, help stop it. So that's how I carry it in my thing.
Yeah, that's a trick setup.
Yeah. And
go ahead.
I don't know what I paid for this. See, I buy stuff when I got extra money. I'll buy stuff like this. So I'm not sure, how much I paid for it. But I keep this up overhead inside the bus. I got a cabinet over my head, so I keep it up there. Yep.
And then as far as what do you carry for like a toolkit on your bus? I mean, obviously in an urban situation, you want tools, for if you break down and whatever.
Yeah. So I bought from Craftsman. They have a stackable case, and it has drawers in it with sockets and wrenches and Allen wrenches and all that kind of stuff. So that does me pretty good in the bus for everything I need to work on the bus, and I keep that in one of my side boxes on the side, like a truck box.
Yeah.
So I keep that out there, and what's nice is you can stack. Wait, I got one right here under me. Hold on. Hold on, I got it right here. So
you're starting to be like Ray. You got everything within
like
reach.
Ray, I got it right next to me. So
Yep.
right here is this is my kit for my electrical stuff.
Yeah, sweet.
So this stacks on top of. You can buy a whole bunch of these, and they stack on top of each other, and then these little clips, they clip them together so it holds itself on, as you stack them. Just like the
Milwaukee.
The pack outs, just like that. So here's what I found out: Craftsman and DeWalt are the same company. So you can buy the DeWalt boxes or the Craftsman, and they all connect together.
Huh.
So my toolkit has 3 drawers in it with different size sockets and wrenches and stuff, and then that will bolt or snap right on top of it, so you can stack them. It's pretty nice. So that's what I keep in the bus. And I got a couple bags under the bed, because under the bed is my trunk actually. So I have bags of different boxes of screws and wire ties and stuff like that. So
Excuse me. And you always need that stuff too in like a situation where you're on your home on wheels.
Yeah. Yep.
So who knows when you're gonna need that stuff? I mean, man, like when Bill's son Ben was here and showed me that zip tie trick, I thought that was cool. I was like, I didn't even think about that. Just getting everybody else's ideas, stealing their ideas and listening to them. It's like you'll come up with a whole bunch of cool stuff.
Yeah.
So he had the zip ties already ready to go, like handcuffs in his bag. He's like, you never know, if there's something going on. I mean, I don't know how many times I was in Stockton when a cop would be getting, he'd be taking like 3 guys down or something, and one of them would start to take off and jump on the cop, start beating on him and stuff. And, us guys would grab him and hold him down until somebody could, handcuff him or whatever.
Yeah.
In a situation like that, I mean, you can hold him down and handcuff his ass until the other cop arrives or whatever,
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think I'm gonna do the same thing.
And then he had a couple of them in there that were the same zip ties, but he had them real small. And I'm like, what's that for? He goes, just put them on your thumbs, He goes, they're not moving. What am I hearing? I'll be right back.
Okay. So everybody, please go check out our website, concreteandcampfire.com. Check us out and subscribe on there too. We have a section where you can get our mailing list, get on our mailing list. And if you have any suggestions, you can leave those there too. on the website. And we just want to encourage everybody to be a part of this show. You know, we want everybody's ideas and things that you've done for your life, or, you know, because everybody's different. Everybody has a different lifestyle, and we can all teach each other, you know, different things on how to get by on an everyday basis. So we got hey, we got Bill in the house. Let's see. You guys have any questions? Please put them in the chat, and we can try to answer them, or tell a lie, one of the two.
All right, sorry about that.
No, you good.
I'm the only one here, and Chase is inside. And I saw the gate shaking, so I was like, "Oh, he's right there at the gate." So
Making a break.
Get him back inside because it's super windy out right now, and it's starting to get a little cool because the sun's going down. So
Yeah. Let's see. Here we go.
So Mo,
Bill in the house.
Morgan, do you carry a bag every day in your car? And does Brandon carry a bag every day in his truck? Because like he's in a situation where in a big rig, you know, you've seen people get jumped in big rigs and whatever. Not that somebody's going to jump his big old burly ass, but but you know, does he carry a bag in his rig all the time?
You know, when I was driving truck, man, breaking down was the norm. You know what I mean? And it really sucks if you're not prepared on little stuff. Like you said, having water in the vehicle with you, just little stuff, man. Heat. You know, I went to Michigan one time. I took a load to Michigan, and the weather was, you know, probably 60 degrees. So as I get up into Michigan, temperature drops real fast, right? Then a blizzard comes through, and it was so much snow that I couldn't see a truck ahead of me. So I seen a little parking lot, so I pulled over in the parking lot, and I stayed there overnight. Luckily, I just filled up because where we were at, it wasn't too many fuel stations. So I wake up in the morning, I'm sitting in a fuel station, a truck stop. I just happened to pull in there and not know it because the snowing was so bad. Yep. But the thing was, if I didn't have fuel, how was I going to stay warm?
Yeah.
So back then, I don't think they had the little buddy heaters they have now. So I had torches, you know, propane torches.
Yeah.
And you can light that torch and set it on your floor and get some heat from that in your vehicle. I mean, it's not safe, but if you're stuck, you're stuck.
But I mean, honestly, even if you get it up to 40 degrees, you know, you're gonna survive. I mean, 40 degrees is cold. You might be, you know, chattering if you're used to warm weather or whatever. But I mean, you can get hypothermia when it's, you know, I mean, you can get it when it's 60 degrees. It depends on what the wind and
wind
moisture content and everything else, you know?
Yeah.
And that's where I can't wait to start doing some of these awesome videos. I was talking to my son. He's excited about doing it too. We're going to start doing some of the videos for the channel. And there's one called Man in the Creek. And we do this deal where Man in the Creek is you go out in the woods, and when it's like 20 below or whatever, and you fall through the ice, you purposely fall through the ice and then get out, and just what you have on you have like 1 minute to get a fire started that's higher than your knees. That's like the contest. That's how it you know, how we do it or whatever.
Yeah.
And you do that, and it's to see if you can, you know, survive and make it and whatever. And I think by learning those and then also teaching those skills, you know, you can save somebody's life, save your own life, whatever.
Yeah.
There's another one that we were talking about is, you know, him and I were talking, we have all these old cars, not old cars, but like, I'm talking like 80s, 90s cars that are just junk. We're pulling parts off them. They're getting scrapped. Well, if they still run and we can still drive them, we want to do like some of these chasing scenarios in the snow, like learning how to drive. And if somebody's bumping you, hitting you, trying to get you off the road, trying to keep the car from wiping out. Or there's the other scenario where somebody's trying to catch you to get you to pull over. You know, maybe they have a gun and, you know, ramming you, trying to get you to pull off the road. Right. And we're going to do that on some of these back roads. And that's some of the videos that we were talking about doing. So I think it'd be a lot of fun.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know we'll be laughing and goofing off, but at the same time, it'll be kind of a learning thing where when we're filming or having somebody film us, that we could teach people, hey, you know, if something happens like this, you know, you can still live through this.
Yeah. Yeah.
In different scenarios like that, you know.
You know, me and my wife were talking. Now that we're traveling full time, we're seeing a difference in the areas that we're in. Like we were just in New York last week, upstate New York, and the temperature was crazy different than it is here in Ohio. And we're right, you know, we're close. It was a 20 degree difference.
And you got cold though, no?
Yeah, we got up there, man, and it was freezing. I mean, it dropped down to 30, but it was a different type of 30.
Yeah, like I always tell Heidi that like when it's 20 below here, or I'd say like 30 degrees here in Minnesota, the 30 degrees in California, you'll freeze. You'll get hypothermia. And here the 30 degrees is totally different. It's a wet and a dry cold, you know?
Yeah.
And perfect example, Lewis, is Paul was just saying, Paul Lyons just texted me and he says, because he's watching the show, he says, I have had hypothermia at 85 degree Fahrenheit temperature drop by 20 in the rain. So, I mean, that's dropping 20 degrees quick, you're going to be freezing your butt off. And then once you start chattering and your lips are, you know, turning blue and you're getting cold and whatever, I mean, you're downhill from there if you don't hurry up and warm up.
Yeah.
And that's why I always, you know, wear my necklace and, you know, with my fire steel and stuff on it, my lighter, and I carry that stuff on me 24/7, you know?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, you have to. I mean, because the weather is so tricky all in different areas, you know. So you gotta kind of pay attention to that. Anybody in the chat have any comments on that? And let us know where you're from too.
Yeah, what part of Michigan do you live in, Bill? And I know like Morgan and Brandon, they're in Washington, but I don't know what part. So both those places get cold. They get really cold.
Yeah.
What's the coldest you've ever seen in Ohio?
We usually, not lately, but we've gotten down to maybe 5 below that I can remember.
Yeah. Can you put that up on the screen, Lewis, for Midnight Customs? He was asking about. There you
go. No. Let's see.
Because there's private chat and then there's comments.
No. It should be all here. I can see Bill's and I can see Midnight Customs.
I was gonna say I can see Bill's.
Yeah.
Midnight Customs.
So everybody can see. All right, this is what I'll do. I can put it on the screen. Hold on. All right, there we go. So everybody that puts a comment is going to come up on the side here. I think I gotta get rid of that. Okay, there we go.
Oh, I didn't know you were that close to Detroit, Bill. I could see Foothill Mo, yes. And then Brandon was from Midnight Customs was saying they're in Tacoma. And so Tacoma, Washington, what's the coldest it's ever got there? And then Bill, what's the coldest it's ever got in like Detroit or your area that you guys remember? I know here in Minnesota it gets brutal.
Yeah. I don't know how you live up there, bro.
I think the coldest I ever seen it, I know it was like 65 below with the wind chill factor and everything, but it
65 below.
Yeah, it was insane. It was brutal. There was nobody's car. It was like a ghost town. Nobody could start their cars. Nothing was going on. There was this wind blowing outside and big snow piles everywhere over the cars. And I mean, that's when you can take an egg outside and bounce it off the deck and it shatters and goes in your yard, you know?
Right, right. Bill said his is what, 10? Yeah.
Minus 10, that's it.
See, that's around us too. We get about 5 to 10 below. That's that I can remember. You know, I might have went lower other times.
Negative 30 on Montana, yeah. No, minus 10, like 10 below, I'll be outside in a t-shirt.
Not me, man. Hey, when it hits 20 degrees, I'm like, oh man, this is crazy. I'm going in.
Yeah, it's been like 20 below, and I've like gone out to grab stuff out of the car and stuff, and I'm like, this is nothing. You know, as long as you got gloves on, because that's the biggest thing is your face will get cold, your ear, the tops of your ears, and then your fingers.
Yeah.
That's how you get in a bind, you start losing your fingers and toes and everything.
Yeah.
And here you hear people coming out of the bar at like, midnight or whatever, right before the bar closes, and then somebody will find them passed out in a snowbank, and then they're losing fingers and toes and nose and whatever.
No. That's terrible. Yeah. So it doesn't have to be a criminal messing with you. It could be the weather. So you gotta kind of think out things. Plan. They say if you don't take your mind to certain things, your body won't know what to do when something happens.
Agreed.
So you gotta think about this stuff.
But I mean, you could break down somewhere too, and you're not even in trouble. You're not in an emergency. You're just broke down, and then it's like, now what? What do I do? Just thinking outside the box. Perfect example. One time we were on Tully Road one time in California, and we weren't even that far from my house. We could have walked home, but because we were on Tully Road, we were like, well, let's just walk up and down the road and see if we could find enough parts to get this. We were in a Volkswagen station wagon. I don't know what they're called. Maybe when you got a hatchback or whatever they're called. Mm-hmm. But Wayne knows who I'm talking about. I was with Bill Lougheed, and this part fell off his motor and it was dragging the ground. And so we were like trying to find nuts and bolts and washers. And we found one bolt that we could like force into the hole, and it was too long. So we took it back out and we walked up and down until we found, and we were even taking washers and nuts and stuff off the signs out there on Tully Road, just enough to get that thing put back together and get it back on the road and drive it. And the funny part is I talked to him about 3 years later, and we were talking about breaking down on Tully Road with that thing when that bolt fell out of his Volkswagen. He goes, the funny thing is it's still like that. It still has the same washer. He never fixed it.
It worked.
Like, man, it was still like that, man. Yeah. It's probably like that today, man.
That's crazy. Yeah, but this little stuff we got to think about, man. With this times are different.
Hey, Bill, your son is the abominable snowman. Big Ben.
He's a big dude.
Yeah, he is. I was talking to I think I said this on the last podcast or whatever, but I was talking to the neighbor the other day, and the bear have been pretty wild, and there was a bear out there again at my cabin. And that's another situation right there, man. You come out of your cabin, get out of your car, whatever, you get nailed by a bear. Yeah. I mean, excuse me, you better be ready.
Yeah. I mean, and bears are going into the cities now. We've had a couple bears here in the city.
In Ohio?
Yeah. They come down. They come from PA into we're right next door to PA. They come out of the mountains and the wilderness in PA, and they end up in the city, man. I don't know how they make it this far, but they've been spotted deep into the city.
Have they messed with anybody, or just getting in garbage cans and stuff?
Just getting in garbage cans and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the most part, that's all they do here, is because they're more scared of you than you are them,
Yeah.
They'll just take off. I mean.
Yeah, but you don't want to run up on them the wrong way.
Yeah, that's for sure. Jay and I were helping this guy, actually Heidi's uncle. We were helping Heidi's uncle, and 5 or 6 years ago, and he says, "Hey, I need you," because he was kind of getting crippled up with cancer and stuff. And he says, "Can I get you guys to help me? We got to go out there and we're going to do the bear baiting station." And I was like, "Huh?" So we had to go out there, dump all these donuts and molasses and like nuts and fruits, and it was mostly like donuts and sticky, nasty stuff, Stuff stunk. We were dumping it out there, and literally turned around, and Jay is like, he turned kind of white, and he's like, and I could tell something was wrong. And I'm looking, and then literally it like moved, and there's a big bear just standing right there. I mean, 20 feet from us. And it was almost like he was like, "Hey, can you guys hurry up and dump that so I can, so you can get out of here?" And I'm like, man, I just got back in the truck. I was like, I'm not going to be the guy on the news that got eaten up at a bear. I was like, I'm not no dummy, man.
Yeah.
I was warming the truck up because I was like, I'll run this damn bear over. You
Yeah,
got your
man.
weapon right there. So yeah, and then when we were leaving, he was saying that there'd be 10 bears that would come in there, because they had the game cameras there.
Mhm.
And man, can you imagine being out there when those bears were getting ready to eat or whatever? That'd be bad.
Yeah, man.
And there's a lot of them here, and I used to never see bear, and I'd say the last couple years I've really seen a lot of them. We never seen turkeys before, and they started popping up all over the place. It's funny how the different animals kind of cruise around, and you see different ones that you haven't seen here before.
Mhm.
They're moving around, migrating or whatever, to different areas.
Yeah, because they're getting pushed from cities. Like
Yeah.
people are building more in the country, and they're
Yep.
pushing animals around. So like that alone could cause you a problem in the urban area.
Yeah, being in an urban area and you walk out on your front porch and all of a sudden there's a bear, sitting in your swing or something, you're in trouble,
Yeah. So that's another reason cameras could help out too, because we have a dog. Sometimes we had a dog out on the run, so it could be a wild dog or any kind of animal could come up and mess with the dog. So your cameras will kind of alert you, that something's out there. There's a lot of advantages to it, in my opinion. People say I'm paranoid, but yeah, I am. But I also like gadgets.
So Brandon
here's
was just saying he's seen wild turkeys in the Bay Area, and I've seen like in Tracy Mountain House and all that, all over that area. You see turkeys all over the place over there.
Mm-hmm.
One of the problems that we had in California, in that area, and in the Sierra Nevadas and stuff, and all over the like Valley Springs, San Andreas, whatever it was, mountain lion, because I've heard that they'd be going for the turkeys. So that's perfect example,
Yeah.
They're getting pushed down out of the mountains because of people building houses or wildfires or whatever, and then so are the deer. So then all of a sudden you got the mountain lion moving down. So they're, the bear, the mountain lion, whatever, are coming down to get the food that's running around. And then pretty soon you got a mountain lion in your front seat of your car or something,
Wow. Could you imagine?
Well, look at the guy in Sacramento, the old man. He was like 70, 80 years old guy. And he was on the running trail, and he fought a mountain lion off because it jumped on his back, trying to attack him, scratching his face all up and stuff. And he had one of the older cell phones with the little antenna, and he kept jabbing it in this thing's eye when it was latched on his neck.
Wow.
Yeah, and he got away. The old man got away, and he was all tore up, shredded up, but he lived. He didn't lose his eyes or nothing, because usually, I mean, I think they would have nailed your neck or your face or whatever,
Wow.
Yeah, we do. We have them here too, Bill. Yep.
So we got a lot of problems with coyotes in our area.
Oh man, the coyotes are bad. The wolf population here is growing like mad. And hey, I don't want to be. I know I'm a schizo and all that, but coming back from Grand Rapids that time, and I thought I was having a hallucination, and this big wolf jumped across the street, and my stepdaughter Aspen says, she's like, did you see that? And I'm like, or actually, she said, what the hell was that? She's a little girl, And so I'm laughing. I'm like, wait a minute, you seen that? And it was this. I looked up this dog man thing, and I don't want to sound like a weirdo or nothing, but this thing was huge, man. It wasn't it was like, if you put a wolf together with another wolf, stacked them on top of each other, that's how big this thing was. Massive.
Yeah, they get big.
I've done a lot of reading on it, and I guess they have wolf here that are just absolutely insane in size,
Yeah. There's coyotes get real big too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we've been seeing a lot more coyotes, a lot of fox here too, in my area, all over the place.
Yep.
Excuse me.
I put it on the screen.
Oh man, that's crazy, huh?
Yeah. Can everybody see the scrolling messages on the screen? That's a new feature. I'm just making sure it's going through.
There goes the fire truck. I just drove right by here. I can hear it. And I just checked on the Live 360 and Heidi's going by. So
She beeping at you?
no, they didn't honk, but I could hear it go by because it's got a real loud muffler and stuff on it. Big truck, you know.
Okay.
But I checked on Live 360 and it was her in the fire truck.
So everybody in the chat, if you can tell everybody, tell your friends and family that we're doing this channel. We're just trying to, we're not professionals and we might not know what we're talking about, but we're just giving you our experiences and things that we use. So if it could help anybody, cool. If anybody wants to help us, you know, with ideas, feel free to, you know, put it in the comments, but go to our website. I'll put it back on the screen. Where is it? Go to our website and share. You know, we got a section there where you can share your comments and give us ideas of what we could talk about. You know, things like that.
And like I said, I'll try to start putting some videos up as soon as I can. I'm still trying to get that. You sent me the link and stuff, so I could start putting the videos on the channel now. And so I'm getting that all set up. And then if there's any videos that you guys are interested in, or like survival, urban, or camping, hiking, whatever style of videos like what we're doing on the show, let me know, because we plan on doing a bunch of videos. And if it's something that I could do, if I have enough time to do it or whatever, you know, a challenge or whatever you want to call it, we'll go out and do that.
Yeah, same here. I'd love to do some videos like that.
Somebody's here.
Let's see. Okay, so we've been on for an hour now. We started a little bit late. We're 7 minutes late. So check on the website as well for our time. So I think we're gonna probably do this every other week. Arco, you thinking?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Do this every other week. So
and then if it gets crazy, we'll change it to weekly or something if we need to, you know. Uh-oh, you froze up. Uh-oh.
I'm back.
There you go.
I don't know what goes on, man. I got all my bars, but then it kicks me off for a few minutes.
It's weird, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, we've been on 58 minutes. So we're gonna go ahead and sign off. And we appreciate everybody that came on, and we appreciate all your comments, and just help us grow this channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. That helps the channel grow, and it helps us grow as well.
Thanks for watching, you guys. Appreciate it.
All right, everybody, have a good night, and we'll talk to you later.